Well, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today presenting a alternative Snorlax stall deck. This includes Pidgeot EX, so it gives us some drawability, and we have different options with this deck. Some other attacking options. We actually attack with this deck. It's a little bit more complicated with decision making, which is more in line with traditional control. Okay, Snorlax, with the block ability, as long as in the active spot, your opponent's Pokemon can't retreat. So very simple there. We're only playing 3 copies in this list, and actually some lists only play 2 copies, so that is certainly possible. That things are a little different. With a regular block Snorlax deck, you're playing 4 copies of the Snorlax, only playing 3 or 2. I'm thinking about cutting it down to 2. I'll talk about what I'd replace with it shortly. But it's called Snorlax Pidgeot. It's actually got its own slot now on Limitless. That's partly what helped me drew my attention to the list. A quick search from Pidgeot EX, the stage 2, 280 HP colorless Pokemon. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for any one card, put it in your hand. So super good. Once you're set up with Pidgeot EX, I haven't lost with this deck. Obviously, you could lose, but you're really, really good shape. If you don't get it set up, though, that's when it's a little bit tricky. But once you're set up, you get that lockdown, you get the cards you need, you pretty much win the game. And you can also attack with it. Blustery Wind, we do play 3 DTE energies. Blustery Wind does 120 damage or 100 if you have DT attached, so we can take prizes in certain situations if necessary, and then you can discard a stadium from play. That's your option. You don't have to. So a 2/0/2 line, getting that Pidgey evolved as fast as possible is really key. The Pidgeot. I'm considering playing a third Pidgey in place of the third Snorlax. That's one thing I think might be good, because getting the Pidgey down turn 1, super great when it happens. You have to have it down by turn 2. And there's some games where I struggle to get it down, and that's a problem. Okay, what do we have for an engine? Pidgeot EX is the late game engine once it's set up, but we play Rotom V just like a traditional Snorlax stall deck. Instant charge ability, you draw 3 cards and your turn ends. So just really good way to kind of get things going a little bit as you're setting up there. We also play a copy of Mimikyu. It's not a game winner, but it does slow some opponents down a couple turns, and that just helps us set up that little bit better. Right? Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from opponents' EX and V Pokemon. Yes, so there are maybe the occasional deck that can't damage it at all, but most decks have some answer to it. It just may take them a little longer and make their routing a little more complex, which we'll want to take advantage of that time, like I said. Okay, so attacking, we can attack with Pidgeot EX. We also have Mawile to attack with. If you remember this was played a little while ago. Tempting Trap attack. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. And then during your next turn, the defending Pokemon takes 90 more damage from attack. So if you want to go and try to knock something out, that extra damage may be helpful, but it's really here for the stalling effect. Pokemon can't retreat, and it's really more effective than Snorlax when you do it, because a boss doesn't enable them to retreat. So that's good there. It does use your attack, so you can't Rotom V and Tempting Trap the same turn. So just keep that in mind. And then the third attacker is Luxray V, and this is a fun one, and it's very situational, but still trying to master when to use it or not, but I like it as an option in the deck. Fang Snipe for 2 colorless energy, does 30 damage. We play DTE, so you're doing 10 damage, not much damage there, but that's okay. We really don't want to take prizes. And then your opponent reveals their hand, and you discard a trainer card you find there. So knowing what's in your opponent's hand is very, very useful, because you know what you're up against there. And obviously discarding a switch card or any trainer, can be a support or whatever it is, very, very nice. So there's times in the game when Luxray V is the right play. Knowing when it is very important. And then we do play a copy of Spiritomb or Fettered in Misfortune ability. Basic Pokemon V in play have no ability. Of course, it shuts off our Rotom V, so just keep that in mind. You want to do it when it hurts your opponent, but you don't want to hurt yourself in the process. And you can use the Fade Out attack. It's for 1 colorless. We have DTE. It does 10 damage. DTE, therefore, reduces it to 0. But then this Pokemon all attached cards go into your hand, so you can get it out of play, which you might want to do. If you have to start it, say, for instance, you could fade it out and then get that slide of Snorlax into the active. Like I said, 3 double turbo energies. I think, just a simple energy account. just simple. 3 is enough. Some lists even only use 2. I like having the third. I just think it helps get that attacking going when you need it. Okay, so a number of one-ofs, which is what you'd expect from a Pidgeot EX deck. So Defiance Vest, a nice tool if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. The Pokemon this card's attached to takes 40 less damage from attacks. Very, very useful. So just know what Pokemon you want to attach to. Wait till that point in time. You got to make sure you're behind on prizes or it doesn't do any good. 1 Hisuian Heavy Ball. Look at your face down prizes. You can put a basic Pokemon there into your hand. So very good. We have those one-of Pokemons, particularly the Rotom V that we just have to get in play early or we're in trouble. So Heavy Ball, really important there. 1 Switch Cart. I like it in the deck. Some decks don't play it, but I like having an option to switch out my Pokemon. There are times it is useful, and it does heal 30 to a bait. It only works for basics, but it goes to the bench and heals 30, so that's nice there. 2 copies of Misfortune Sisters. Wait, look at the top 5 cards your opponent's deck, discard any number of items you find there. So just good for making it difficult for your opponent to get their Pokemon out of the active, get rid of those switch cards and such. So good there. 2 copies isn't a lot compared to regular Snorlax stall deck, but for this Pidgeot build, 2 means you're leaning into it, I would say. 1 copy of Team Yell Cheer. We don't play Team Yell's Cheer. We don't play Pidgeot V, you might have noticed, and that's the simplest way to make a deck infinite. You'd bench the Pidgeot V, toss it into the deck. You could put that in the deck instead of something else, but what we were doing with this is more of the typical control shenanigans. Teams Yell Cheer is so different cards to kind of make this infinite loop combo. Teams Yell Cheer shuffle up to 3 in any combination of Pokemon and supporter cards except Team Yell's Cheer from your disc pile into your deck. So get back some supporters, maybe Pokemon, but mostly supporters is what we're doing with it. So Erika's Invitation. Opponent reveals their hand. You put a basic Pokemon you find there onto their bench, and then that Pokemon becomes their active Pokemon. So useful, but only, if you've seen your opponent's hand at a previous turn, you might know there's something there, or you're going to pick your spots of when you can do that, is what I'll say. And if your opponent's bench is full, the card is useless. 1 copy of Sidney. Your opponent reveals their hand, which again, knowing what's in their hand is useful. You discard up to 2 of any combination of tool cards, special energy, and stadium cards from it. So useful. Seeing their hand is good, and then getting rid of cards that might help that is always useful too. 1 copy of Forest Seal Stone. We don't play a V-Star, but we do play a couple Vs. So Forest Seal Stone, just search for any 1 card once in the course of the game. Very good there. Echoing Horn, 1 copy. Put a basic from the discard pile onto the bench. Right, if you've been playing stall at all, you're used to that by now. Pretty simple card there. 4 copies of Counter Catcher, right? This is just so key to the whole stall situation. It really makes these decks viable. Right, you can only play it when you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. And of course, we're really generally not taking any prize cards. We don't want to. And then you switch your opponent's their bench with the active, and we have 4 of those, and we can recover them with the next card, Cyllene. So it's a boss without having to use your supporter for turn. Very, very nice. So 1 copy of Cyllene. You flip 2 coins, put any number. Based on the number of heads you hit, you put that number of cards on top of your discard pile, on top of your deck from your discard pile, right? So hopefully you hit at least 1 card. You're going to average 1. You'll get some 2s, some 1s, some 0s. And of course, we can recover the Cyllene with Team Yell's Cheer and Pal Pad. So you loop it back. So even if you flip double tails, you're not going to deck yourself out. It's super unlikely. But of course, when you flip double tails, if you need card X, it's going to take you a few more turns before you get it. That is the downside, but very good there. And it goes on top of your deck, so you will draw it next turn or with that Rotom V. 2 copies of Pal Pad, right? Put up the 2 supporters from the discard pile into your deck. You could just play 1 copy, maybe 2's overkill. I kind of wanted to play it safe and stuck 2 in. 3 copies of Penny. So leading into Penny, like I remember I said 2 copies of Misfortune Sisters was a lot. Well, 3 copies of Penny. So this is super critical. Put 1 of your basic Pokemon and all cards attached into your hand. Get that Rotom V out of harm's way after you're done using it. Get rid of the the Luxray V after you've attacked and don't want it, or as any of your basics, including your Snorlax, start to get damage on them, boom, just get it out of the way with Penny. Just a very nice card. We do play the one switch card, but this acts as a switch in of itself, Penny. All right, so 3 copies of Nest Ball. Maybe a 4th Nest Ball, if I cut something, could be good. Because like I said, I would need to get that Pidgey down early. But you put a basic Pokemon from discard for your deck onto your bench. You know what that does. 3 stadiums, Lost City. There's whenever Pokemon's knocked out, it goes into the Lost Zone. There are some attackers that are really tough to deal with that are really kind of targeting down the Snorlax. So we can knock it out. If we take a knockout on a Pokemon we really don't want to see again with our Pidgeot EX generally, then we have Lost City to get it out of play. It won't come back and bother us. 1 copy of Artazon, right? We want to get those basics non-rule boxed onto the bench, so Artazon helps us there. 3 Bravery Charms. We just want to make those basic Pokemon tankier, plus 50 HP. Very good there. 1 Boss's Order. 2 copies of Peonia. Again, and 2 copies, you could play 1, but you need to, if that 1 copy's prized, you're in a lot of trouble with this deck. So that's why I play 2, because I can't afford to have it prized. You put up to 3 of your prize cards into your hand. Then for each prize card, put in your hand this way, put a card from your hand face down as a prize card. So what happens is you grab 3 prize cards, then you put 3 cards, they go into your hand, then you put 3 cards in your hand back in your prize cards, and you know what spots they go into. I always take 1, 2, 3 first. Then if I do another Peonia, I want to see the cards. I know I just take 4, 5, and 6. Look, you have a number of one-of cards that we have to have over the course of the game to win, and we don't take any prize cards, so the only way to get them is with Peonia, so super, super important in the deck. Okay, 1 copy of Iono. We don't necessarily want to play it very often. We're trying to deck out our opponent is over the long haul, so we don't want to refresh them. And they've taken a bunch of prizes probably, so if they're down to 2 prizes left and we're in the process of decking them out, you don't want to shuffle their big hand in their deck and they just draw 2 prizes, but sometimes it is the play. So 1 copy with Pidgeot EX, you get it when you need it. That's the nice thing. 1 copy of Professor Turo's Scenario. You put a Pokemon into play into your hand. You discard all attached cards. Because Penny is only for basics, Professor Turo lets us get the Pidgeot EX out of play, so I like it for that, right? That's one of the 1 copies here. 4 copies of Arven. So Arven is the card we're leaning into big time here. Search your deck for an item and a tool, put them into your hand. So just very good there with this deck. 1 copy of Giacomo. It's not always that useful, but occasionally it is. So just 1 copy. Grab it when you need it. You discard a special energy from each of your opponent's Pokemon, and when it is useful, it can be very devastating. So like that in the deck. 1 copy of Super Rod. Put up to 3 Pokemon or basic energy, but we have no basic energy, so up to 3 Pokemon from the discard pile into your deck. 3 copies of Stormy Mountain. Again, leaning into this, and we need to get Rotom V in particular into play early. And the Luxray, of course, is important too when it's time. Once during your turn, each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a basic Lightning or basic Dragon Pokemon, put it onto the bench. Of course, we need to bump past to the peak. We don't play Lost Vacuum. That goes in some of these decks, obviously, and that would be a consideration to include. But Stormy Mountain bumps path and gets us that Rotom V that we need. 1 Ultra Ball. This is the only card that lets us search out the Pidgeot EX, so very important there. I will say games where this has been prized are rough, because then Arven's the main supporter, and you can't, you're waiting till you get Peonia in order to get the Ultra Ball, or just hoping to draw into that Pidgeot EX. So maybe a second Ultra Ball could be good. Times when it's been prized have been really tough. And 2 Rare Candy. Some lists play 3. I'm comfortable with 2, because really we're only doing 1 Pidgeot EX in the games almost all the time. So therefore, if one's prized, we will get to it eventually. So 1 copy. 2 copies is fine. I don't think you need a 3rd copy, but if you feel like it, there are a list that running 3 copies. So that's the list. I've kind of looked at the list, put this specific 60 together in a way that I think makes sense. It makes sense for the way I want to play the deck. So let's take a look at the deck on the ladder. All right, hopefully we get a nice game here. This is the first game with this revised list, although I've been playing a similar list for a bit, and I did sit down and tweak it out to my liking, so I should be fairly comfortable with a list. I think it's not as straightforward a list as some. What do I want to toss down here? I want Mawile, because Spiritomb is situational, right? So if you have to start Spiritomb, it can be bad because I need to get Rotom V down, and I need his draw usually. Rotom V turn 1 is really important. I can tempting trap this turn. So we will see what happens. Get a mulligan. I like that. All right, Snorlax is good. My turn. Okay, so I need to get... I want Rotom V down. I mean, I need Pidgey, but I need to... obviously I'd like a Pidgey and a Rotom V down. That would have made me very happy, but this will kind of work. All right, there's no reason to attach energy. Bravery Charm. I'm going to Bravery Charm the Rotom V just so I don't give up 2 prizes here next turn. I don't know that they could, but it's possible, right? Just give myself a little protection. So got a Snorlax. I need the Pidgeot V. All right, now this is the problem I have with the deck. If I don't hit the Pidgeot EX, I apologize. Maybe I should put a third Snorlax. Maybe I should drop the Snorlax and put in a third Pidgeot, because getting that Pidgeot down is really, really, really important, I will say. When to use Luxray V is one of the tricky questions with this deck. I like the Luxray V, I gotta say. When to utilize that, I definitely have not mastered that with the deck. If games that I've played where I've got Pidgeot EX set up, I'm not sure I've lost any of those games. You're really in good shape at that point, right? You're drawing once per turn, you're controlling whenever you want. So this is not a great matchup, but I can stop my opponent, so I don't take a knockout here, so that's good. So what do I have? Sidney. But I don't really play energy. I don't think I want a boss here, do I? I mean, I could boss, and maybe I start... I'm going to boss. I'm going to start... Do I want to start a boss attacking? I'm going to start boss attacking into the Mareep. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do that. And they can't get out of this lock here, which is the good thing, right? So I'll just tempting trap. Start the lock early. And Mawile is better than Snorlax, right? They can rope out, but they can switch out, obviously. So Path, so I can't use Rotom V, but I don't want to use Rotom V. At this point, I want to Mawile, and I think Mawile. We'll see what happens here. If they knock out my active, which, okay, they hit a switch card, but eventually they will run out of switch cards, right? Hopefully. Now, the problem is... I mean, I'm going to bump the stadium. I will play... I could play Erika's. No, I can't play Erika's because there's no bench space, so that's okay. I probably play Sidney. Promote him. I am behind on prizes, though. I am behind on prizes, so that part is good, right? So do I want to see their hand? I can get rid of a tool card, right? And I want to bump the stadium, and I don't want them. That's good news is they have Arven. They have access to switch this turn, though. That's the bad part. The good part is, look, I have 2. So I'm going to Counter Catcher up the Mareep. They have Arven, so they can get a switch card this turn. That's unfortunate, but hey, it's not terrible. Okay. So yeah, Peonia could have been a good play as well, because I need to get down a... So they're going to Arven, they're going to get a switch card, and they're going to attack again. But look, they can't one-shot my Rotom V, and that's really good for me. They play the Raichu, so Raichu can one-shot him. So, yeah, they just need actually. So now they're in one-shot territory, but they don't have boss this turn, so that's good. They have generator. They're getting things set up. But the counter catcher next turn hopefully starts to really dig in, right? They switched. They have to Professor Turo. Okay, well that's good. So I can just kind of keep things going here. So I want to. Let's see what I have here. So that's not great. Okay, I need. So I guess I need the Arven, right? Arven or Forest Steel. I can't Forest Steel Stone. I need to get that Pidgeot V down. That's what needs to happen. Yeah. So Peonia, Peonia, not Peony. 1, 2, 3, which is what I always do. Just keep it consistent so I know what's what. So I don't really need to shut down the Vs. I don't need this. Right? Do I play 2 heavy balls? Is that what that is? Because I think I played heavy ball, didn't I? I think I want the Luxray though, right? I keep the Luxray. I'll ditch the Erikas because I can't utilize that, right? So did I look? Did it maybe I didn't look at the prizes. Okay, so let me. Maybe did I not use heavy ball that turn? If I didn't use the heavy ball, that's unfortunate. Okay, but Snorlax, Luxray, that's okay. So just draw my 3 cards, get closer. Okay, another Arven and Iono. Play the one Iono. I'm pretty sure just one Iono in the deck. So they look. They can attack eventually, but then look. Part of what's good about that, I'll let them get 3. Okay, so I just have to be careful. So he does 50. So if he gets if he gets up to 100, then I start to have a problem there. I think I want to. Let me look at my deck. That's what I want to do here. So I need to get a Pidgey. Pidgey. That's what I need. Okay, so he's there. So Arven, grab this guy, and I want a tool. Yeah, actually, this guy's good too, right? So I take 40 less. So that's a nice tool. So let me get down the Pidgey. No, I'll just wait on the Defiance Vest, see where I want to attach it. I'll just sit here, it's fine. I will instant charge. If I really get in a bind, I can Iono here. Right, they can attack with every Pokemon, so they're thinking they can make this work. The good thing, look, the more energies they get on the bench eventually I keep them from attacking, right? Look, that was not. I'm pretty sure that was not the play to make there. Anyway, they're going to take a knockout. They might be going to take out my Rotom V, which that's unfortunate. I can get it back though, so that's not terrible. In that regard. I'm going to counter catch. I probably. Just have to think about how I want to make it work here, right? I have the cards still that I'm not going to deck out. I'm behind on time. There's a lot of time left, and hopefully the game doesn't use up all this time, but I'm trying to... Look, they're going to blow me up. And I get it. It's not a crazy notion. I'll slide up the Snorlax. I think I'm going to protect my Pidgeot EX because he's the guy... with the Defiance Vest, right? Because he's the guy I do not want to lose. The problem is he's weak. He is weak, so that part's a bummer. But I have Counter Catcher, and I think so. I'm going to want a Rod here, Rotom, and Mawile back. I don't have energy yet, though, right? I do not have energy, but that's okay. I can get the energy. So I think I want. Well, I don't have a switch. See, I can get. I need the energy though, right? So I'm a bit behind the times here. So I think Rotom here, right? Because I can't. I think next turn is the Mawile turn. I need Mawile energy and I need a switching card, right? So Rotom here. Let me take. So I want to I want to mess with them. That's what I want to do here. That's not ideal, but that's okay. So I'll gust you back up again. Thank you very much. I will use a quick search for. I believe I want to get down. I think I want a DTE. That's what I think I want. DTE is going to be very nice for me, I believe. Could have used that card. Maybe I should. Maybe it was time to go Luxray too. I don't know about that, right? Not positive. Let me just grab some cards now. Maybe Luxray was the play, right? Maybe it was. So I have Penny, which puts a basic, right? So I can get Rotom out of the way if I want to, which I might want to get Rotom. Obviously, Pidgeot EX is quite good. But I can start playing the cards that make my deck infinite. That's part of what I can do here, right? So Arven, going to get another switch card probably, and this is where things get a little dicey. They get a little dicey. Okay. Maybe I should have grabbed the switch card. Or maybe it's Peonia. Okay, so they're powering up these other attackers. That's okay, I guess. I mean, see, the question is, should they be powering up? You know, do they want to attack with these other guys? I'm not sure. Okay, so they bump my stadium. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. So I want to bump your stadium because I want to use my ability. I want to grab Mawile. Let's see. So I want Switch Cart. Because I need to grab, I think I want to start attacking with Mawile. Mawile's the better play here, I think. So that's good there. Did I make a mistake there? I did, didn't I? No, I'm okay. Okay, I'm trying to lose. So Mawile comes down. I'll attach here. I see. I could attack with Luxray as well, right? I do have that option as well, but I think this is what I want. This is what I'm doing here. It's that easy. I am doing this. I could bench the Luxray. He does have benefits to things. Now, he would take a prize, and I don't necessarily want to take a prize here. Right? Because then they can't retreat. At this point, they're strictly relying on items. So playing the path again, and that's okay. What is that? Their second. So that's their third path. What's my stadium count here? I have 2, so I have a couple more stadiums to go. So that part's okie dokie there for sure. So I'm going to bump the stadium. Actually, I'm going to Peonia first. Let me do that. See what I grab here. I don't need you. Pretty sure I don't need you. I don't need either of these Pokemon either, right? So let me toss back. I'll put back the Pidgey. Okay, that's fine. I will bump your stadium. I will grab another card, which shall I grab? What's my, I have 2 more stadiums, so I think I want to, should I Cyllene at this point? Yeah, I'll Cyllene. I think I have good cards for Cyllene coming up soon, so yeah, that's fine. I can't use it, but that's fine. Maybe I should have grabbed the stadium. Maybe that was the play. Anyway, okay, I got to start speeding up my play here. But yeah, so things are going well here. So they're attaching it. They can start attacking eventually, but you know it's not doing a ton of damage to me. So that part's okay. Defiance Vest maybe should have gone on him, right? Unfortunately. So I'll make that attachment there. I will... Maybe I scoop up... yeah, that was a mistake. I think I should have pennied the Rotom now I think about it, right? So let me... Do I want to... Did I grab something with him yet? So let me just mess with him. I think Misfortune Sisters. I just want to kind of just keep, you know, getting through their deck as quick as possible. That's good. 2 of those. Okay. Just getting the deck out to be a little bit faster. I should have pennied the Rotom V, and then I should have done that and attached the Defiance Vest to the Mawile. So that's unfortunate. So I think I want to penny this turn. I'm kind of slowing myself down in the process, but it is what it is. I think I don't want to get myself in a spot where I already played the Switch Cart though, right? So I have to be careful about that. So I'm going to penny this guy up. Thank you. Let me grab something. I have... Grab a Pal Pad, just to, I'll show that to them so they know that's there. I will attack. Just keeping them locked there. So I need Cyllene, because I need to get the Switch Cart, right? That's what needs to happen. So now I could get knocked out next turn, which I don't like that option, but that's okay. This, as long as I need to hit a heads here, right? Because then I can make it happen next turn. Well, that's okay. I need Switch Cart. That's what I need. So that's all right. And do I want to Counter Catcher? I'm going to Counter Catcher this turn because since I made that mistake, I am vulnerable to the knockout there. So I want to take away the knockout, just put him back. I want to get Defiance Vest on him. That's really what I need to do, I think. So okay, so that's fine too. Erika's Invitation could be a good play as well. Did I get... what is it I need? I want Penny back, right? Penny. Okay, so let me... Do I have 2 supporters I want? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to Pal Pad, grab Penny, and grab Cyllene. Nah, I'm going to grab... Yeah, I'll grab Cyllene at this point. I'm going to penny this guy. I got to grab the penny. Sorry, I didn't quite sequence it like I should have, but oh, I already had penny. I forgot how many pennies I play. I play a whole bunch of pennies, so that was a waste of a play, but I've done, worse things in my life. So, oh, no, I'll send you up because I have the Switch Cart, Mawile, Switch Cart. All right, Energy, Defiance Vest. Now you're set up the way you should be, and I keep you trapped there. Eventually, I want to do Cyllene again, right? I need Counter Catcher, so that's okay there too. Just kind of keep things going here. Want to dig through their hand too. They should be fine. Look, there's plenty of time here. I will deck them out. It's being a slow game. I didn't optimize things, certainly, unfortunately. So, all right, so start there. They're just thinning at that point, which is fine. I want to Cyllene at this point. What I want to do, or do I have that? Yeah, I have Cyllene. So let me do that. And then I can Erika's Invitation and such. So I'm in fine shape here. So Cyllene. Give me it. All right, one head. So that's nice. I'll grab, at this point, I'll grab Counter Catcher because that's one of the cards I can't get otherwise. So that's good, and I just attack. Because I'm not sure if I might have a Counter Catcher prize. I'm not entirely sure about that. So, so I can... Right, but they're going to have to, what do they end up three-shotting? But they do not 50. They only end up doing 10 damage. So it's a lot of turns. A lot of turns there. So that part's okay. All right, so Counter Catcher's awesome there. So let me grab. So I want Team Yell Cheer. That would make me very happy. Keeps this train chugging along very nicely. So grab Cyllene. Grab Misfortune Sisters. And what else do I want here? What's this situation with Counter Catcher? I have two there. So, and I want to grab... I'll grab two Misfortune Sisters. I could grab Arven. I'm not positive about that. Okay, so, and now I simply attack here. I do want to get the one Switch Cart back again. It just, no, I don't, yeah, well, because it gives me the Snorlax Mawile option, right? So I will, let me do a Cyllene again. At this point in time, I'm not sure if I'm full. I'm not quite looping it right. Give me a heads, please. One head. So I think I might need. I think I kind of want Pal Pad, right? Pal Pad is my friend here. I think the one Pal Pad's prize. So just get that guy back. That's okay. Keep him stuck there. They start attacking. They're doing almost no damage, so that's very good to me. All right, so now they're doing no damage at all. That was unless they can scrape the tool off. Which if they get the tool off, they're doing 30 damage. Right now they're doing 0 damage. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They should have a little more basic energy somewhere, I think. I don't know what their counts are. When you play Flaffy, you play less energy because you're recycling energy. So I assume they had more energy. I don't know. Obviously, look, to me, the Flaffies are the one that I want stuck there. I believe it's doing 0 damage. So that's very nice. So Pal Pad. Get Yell Cheer. And Cyllene back. I will play. Do I not have what I want to do? Okay. I want to do Misfortune Sisters. Just try to thin them down. See kind of what's going on with them. Nothing there. Boss energy. Okay. They have Iono. They can keep it going. I can Iono as well. So, I mean, at this point, they're doing 0 damage. So I don't know what their play is going to be. I don't want to. Okay, so rodding some stuff back. I mean, they're continuing the game, right? It's not gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm pretty. Okay, so they're digging. It got to the point. So they figure they have a switch card, and the question is, do I have access to all the pieces? So I need to kind of reset things. So if they knock out my active, I can reset it. Look, I have the Snorlax and I have the Counter Catcher. So that's kind of what I do, I think. I don't know if they hit a switch card or not. So I would like to, if they should have waited to attach that energy to the Flaffy. It's too late for that now, of course. So I guess that makes a lot of sense there. So let me grab... Actually, that was probably a mistake there, right? I'll grab Cyllene, I guess, at this point. Let me see what's in their deck. I will just... No, I didn't do that. So I will just Cyllene at this point. All right, got one head, which is nice. Let's see here. I think the switch is nice for me. No, the switch isn't what I need, though, is it? So I will grab the Pal Pad, just keep things going with that, and I will attack. So, I mean, look, they can Iono and extend the game, but I don't think with Counter Catcher and such, I don't think there's a way they can win this game. So let's see, Cyllene. Is there any other supporters I want to recover at this time? I don't think there really is. So Arven. So they're attacking for nothing. I could attack with Luxray. So let me Pal Pad. I will Pal Pad the Cyllene and the Misfortune Sisters. Sure, I can do that. Maybe I should have grabbed the Penny. I'm not certain about that. So just keep going, just keep digging, just keep slowly working. I guess I should take a look at my other prizes though, right? Since I don't have P. So that's what I should do, right? Double heads, that's very nice there. So get a Peonia, I think, the Switch Cart, no, and the Pal Pad, right? There we go. Just keep on trucking there. And, this is a game of stall. It's more work, obviously, with the Mawile attack, but with Pidgeot, it gives me access to things. Look, would I have won this game differently? Probably. Look, he has free retreat, though. So unless they have a switch card, and then they can knock me out. But then I send it to Mawile, and... Okay, I mean, that's fine. I can't use switch card on him, but I don't have to, obviously. So I will retreat, send him back up. I will just take a look at my prizes here, right? Let's see. Just keep making plays here. We have 2 cards left, so I don't really think that matters. I guess Team Yell's Cheer at this point is a good play. I have multiple plays, so it's not really a big deal. They're going to deck out anyway. So, no, I don't want Sidney. I want Cyllene. I want Peonia. Let me grab the Penny, too, because that could be useful. And I will just attack. So, oh yeah, because I don't have the tool there. But honestly, even obviously knocking out the Pidgeot EX would be a big blow to me. So we'll see what they do. This is kind of their last gasp, I think. So they're just dragging this out, is what they're doing. I gotta say, and that's their right. That's their right to do. They're not going to win this game. I think that's pretty clear here. I will miss Fortune Sisters. I'll see their full deck. You know, that's fine. I mean, you attack for nothing. I will play the Misfortune Sisters at this point. The Giacomo actually would help them. So let's see what they got there. So they got another Iono. Okay. And that's fine. You're free to make that play if you wish, obviously. Doesn't do anybody any good, of course, but that's your choice. So I will just grab another Stadium just in case. Just in case. In case they play Path. I wasn't, in case there's a Path in their hand or something. I assume there's not. The Pidgeot EX makes it really easy, right? So Arven. They're going to play Iono again, I assume, which I'm not a fan of that. What do I want to do here? Do I want to, since they're playing it out, all right, they can see it. I was just trying to think through what I needed to do to maximize things at that point. I wasn't trying to stall them out, I will say. I wonder what my rewards will be, too. So 95. So I won a very long game, got less than 100 points because I didn't take any prizes. The reward system in life does not favor stall decks. And look, stall's not the most fun thing for a video, probably not the most exciting video, but hey, the deck did its thing. All right, let's see what happens. Hopefully I get a nice game here that shows the deck off. So if I win, all right, so my opponent wins. I will go, I go first with this deck if I get the choice. I need evolving the Pidgeot EX as quickly as possible is really key. Luxray, that's not the starter I want. It's a good attacker, but it's very situational, and I don't have the energy, and it's not. I have the Stadium, so I can probably get the Rotom. It's not great, though. I'll probably... I think I'm going second. No, I go first. Okay. Okay, so I need Rotom. I need Rotom. So they're planning on taking a knockout here. That's pretty simple what it is. So I bench the Rotom, and I use Rotom, and that is it. I could have attached energy, but I don't want to do that. Ultra Ball is good. It gives me access to the Pidgey. So they just taken a look through their deck with it, which is fine. Discarding a trainer is useful. Well, it's actually good with this deck too, right? They play Dark Patch and such. All decks play trainers, so I assume they don't play Path. If they play Path, I'm just thinking I don't really mind Stormy Mountain being bumped. And actually, Town Store does help me if it stays in play. Because I can grab my tool, and then if I grab the tool, I do want to use it properly. Last game, I made the mistake when I wanted to use Rotom V's instant charge ability, and instead I used my Forest Seal Stone, which then meant I didn't have it for the following turn. And I needed the following turn to make things happen. So we'll see what they're doing. I have a big hand. If they want to... Nope, they're accelerating energy, which makes sense. They want to take a knockout here, and which means they're going to bump the Stadium too. That's bad news. They have free retreat. They need 2 more energies. So, okay. Oh, that was a water energy there. Okay. Interesting. So that means they have to attach a water and a dark energy. Oh, okay. All right. So that gives them the knockout. So this puts me in a really, really, really bad spot, I would say. There's really no two ways about it. It's horrible. But I have Counter Catcher. That's very good. So, which I will use here. It's pretty safe to say. All right, so what do I want to do? I want to Arven, I guess. I need to. What do I want to grab here? I have a Counter Catcher, so I think I make that play. And actually, can I pull this thing off? Let's see here. So I can get down. I can get Snorlax. I can grab the Switch Cart. Can actually make these pieces come together here, right? So let me use my ability, grab Switch Cart. Do not use Instant Charge because that ends my turn. So I want Switch Cart, which I happen to have here. Oh, I do have I have energy, and I could use Mawile's attack, which is actually probably better, right? I think I'd rather use Mawile now that I think about it. So Mawile is nice, very nice. So I will switch there. I have to attack, though. That's the problem. That's the downside for sure. So let me get rid of one of these pennies for sure. The pennies, of course, very good. I'll get rid of Echoing Horn because there's no bench space, so that makes it easy there. Grab a Pidgey. So maybe I should have gotten the other. Maybe I made a mistake there, right? I'll attach my energy. Use Switch Cart. Because now I don't have draw. But all right, so what do I want to gust up? I don't really want any of these things, right? So Luminion's retreat is good. So I will. It's 2 energy. It doesn't knock me out. He loses the energy when he attacks, right? So I'm going to gust up Luminion V because he does one-shot me. I can get my tool attached eventually and knock him out. Hey, well, I'm sorry. The tool doesn't knock anybody out. The tool stops him from knocking me out, the Defiance Vest. It does 40 less, so it takes 80. He two-shots me. I can do the Bravery Charm, right? Because that gives me 50 HP as well. So okay, that's nice as well. So Peonia, so they're playing slow with their stuff, right? Being conservative. All right, so I don't need a second Pidgey. Rare Candy. I'll get rid of a Rare Candy. That's okay. This next card is a tough one, though, right? It's a tough one. Cyllene. That's a good card. So I guess I get rid of Penny. I think I need Cyllene. I need these other cards are all pretty crucial, right? So, and I gotta just keep the lock on. And they're playing slow. They're not they're not burning their resources. What I mean, right? I'm actually playing slower. I have used more time on the clock. But they need 2 more energies to attach, which I don't know if they have any more energy switches or not. So, what do I have here to get back into deck with Cyllene? I have. Okay, so I'm just trying to pick. I need to get some resources, so let me. All right, I got 1, which is okay. So what do I want to go? It goes on the top of the deck, which is good, right? So I think I want an Arven on the top of the deck. Arven makes me happy, right? So, and there we go, which means I have access to Pidgeot EX next turn, which is good. I don't need Erika's Invitation. Did I? Was that one of my options when I was putting things back with Peonia or Peony, whatever it is? Sorry, I'm terrible about that. All right, so Arven, I want a. So Defiance Vest is probably good, right? Or do I want a tool to Oh, what? Oh no! My Ultra Ball is not here. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. I can only play one, so that's, yeah, that's really horrible. All right, so, yeah, that's just sickening, right? All right, I'm just going to do that. It's not good. It's not good at all. That's kind of a game wrecker. I was counting on that, I got to say. I mean, I should have known that. That's bad news. So they have the water, so that means 2 dark and they can attack. They don't one-shot me. They 2-shot me. Gives me time to get going. That's what that means, right? I don't... No, I don't want him going. Let me just do this. Yeah, I mean, I'm burning up a lot more time than my opponent. I've got to get this set up right, and I am not. So now they're 2 turns away from knocking me out, because at most, at best. So Snorlax, which is fine. If I get knocked out, I want him, right? I want him to get going. So that's fine. What I have for Pokemon? I have the Luxray, which I'm pretty sure Luxray is not the play at this point. It has value, but it has value at the right time. A Mimikyu is pretty good too, of course. Right, Mimikyu. Yeah, so I'm going to want you down. Now the Lumineon, if they attack, they might get him out of play. They have that option or it automatically does. It disappears, which will open up a bench spot, which does mean I can air. Because if they Lumineon with this big hand, they don't knock me out, and I can probably get something else trapped in the active, right? And even if not, I do have Counter Catcher as a play. So more Pico, which does 70, but it loses 2 energy, so it doesn't do things fast, right? It's attach, then they attack, and then the energies go away, and they have to attach again. So it's they can only attack every other turn the whole time. So do I want to Iono here? I think I don't. I think I like my position here. Just going to do this. Hopefully I draw Pidgeot EX. My other rare candy is prize, so that's not. So I don't want, so if I Iono, I'm guaranteed not to have rare candy. So they're going to attack. They're not going to knock me out, though. And the Pokemon shuffles in the deck. So I kept the Erikas here. And that's a big plus, right? That's a big plus. And I have Counter Catcher as well. So they're going to send up, I assume, the guy with the tool and the energy that can blow me up. He's the only guy ready to attack. So then I'll have to choose. Then I probably send up a Roaring Moon from the bench, which they need 3 to attack still. But hopefully I get something that I like with Erika's. But even if not, I have Counter Catcher. And I need to get that Pidgeot EX down. Obviously, only having one Ultra Ball really was bad news. Okay, so they send him up more Pico, and that actually makes... Although he's trapped there, so that's a bit odd. So let me Erika's. So what do I want to send up? I have to choose one. His attack cost is 3, so that's better. So let's see what's all in their hand. Okay. So one of the guys without any energy, and I just attack. So slowed them down with that, right? Slowed them down. Now Morpeko was attach. He's 3 attachments. I get knocked out. Doesn't take much damage. That Morpeko, I guess, is better than Roaring Moon. I mean, it does 100 without discarding. 100's not a lot, but in a deck that's doing 0 damage, if you can just be doing 100, you can win that way. So 1 can't attach, and then I do have so they can collapse. So that I don't have any bench space. We'll see what happens here. So we will see what happens. All right, so I have Arven. So I'm gonna Arven for something, I think, right? So I mean, all right, only 1 there. Whoop. Sorry, I got confused with the... So I want Peonia, Cyllene. Away we go there. I attack. I have Counter Catcher for after they make the change. Sorry, I got a little confused about the mute button earlier. I don't think it was silent for too long. So we'll see, though. So I played one Counter Catcher. Yep. I have the other three in hand. I really need my Pidgeot EX. Until I get him going, I'm down. I'm not comfortable, is what I'll say. I need to draw into him. Or I need to get, is it Peonia? I'm really terrible at that. I apologize for that. There's the one, and there's Peony, or I think it's Peony, and there's Peonia. One does. Okay, so do I want to Pal Pad anything at this point? I don't think I do. I think I just, sorry, just attack. Just attack. So I need to get, I have the Rare Candy. It's kind of mocking me. So one of my Charizard EXs is prized. Did I put one back in the deck? I think I put the other Pidgey back in the prize. I think I put the other Pidgey back in the prizes. So we'll see. You know, the Erikas for the Roaring Moon was good at it meant I didn't have to use a Counter Catcher. Still have a Counter Catcher for another Roaring Moon, so you know, if they knock out my active, I send up Snorlax. They're in the situation the only way they can't boss in retreat, so that's a big plus. Okay, so I'm just I could expand the bench, but I don't think there's a reason to do that. So just attack and just kind of wait until I can get my Pidgeot EX into play. I don't know when that will be, though. So obviously things are going slow at this point. I don't know. Opponent's taking some time. Look, they're not taking maximum time, but they're taking some time, not doing anything. I don't know if they're using this time on purpose to be slow or if they're thinking some, right? Don't know. I mean, since I'm not taking that long on my turns right now, if they want to think, they have to use up some of their clock time for that. Obviously, I'd rather not them just play real slow until we go through all our till they deck out, because that's going to be a long time. All right, so opponent stopped playing, which, hey, not surprised. Obviously, that's one of the options against stall decks. And this is an effective deck. It's a fun deck. I need to play it more and get a little better at it. I've tweaked the list from looking at some of the online deck lists to how I like it. I'm pretty pleased with the selection I've done, and I think it is a good list. It's not as simple to play as the basic Snorlax stall deck, but I do think it has, so it's a higher floor. Playing it is not as easy, but it gives you some options, more options, so I do think it has a higher ceiling. I think this is a very strong and dangerous deck. I'd say give it a try, but hopefully I don't run into you on the ladder, because it's not fun to play against, but it is a good deck. Take care.